Welcome back to the channel, and packed with high-ranking coin keywords backhand index pointing down. Welcome back to the channel, amazing collectors and coin enthusiasts. Today we're diving deep into the legendary United States of America Lincoln Wheat Penny, one of the most iconic and talked about coins in American history. If you love rare coins, valuable old pennies, hidden errors, and historic U.S. currency, this video is made just for you. The wheat penny, marked with "In God We Trust" and "E Pluribus Unum," is not just loose change. It's a symbol of American heritage, mystery, and potential fortune. Some wheat pennies are worth just a few cents, while others have sold for thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. From rare mint marks to famous era varieties and key dates that collectors hunt worldwide, we'll explore why these pennies still excite the coin collecting community today. So stay tuned, watch till the end, and don't blink. You might discover that a simple wheat penny in your pocket could be a collector's dream. If you want, I can also add high CTR keywords for description and tags. Rewrite this in a more dramatic or viral style. Optimize it for shorts or reels. Just say the word "thumbs up." The 1943 Liberty Wheat Penny is one of the most talked about and misunderstood coins in United States history, and the moment you hold one in your hand, you're touching a piece of World War II America where every metal, every resource, and every decision mattered. On the front of this coin you see Abraham Lincoln, calm and determined, with the powerful words, "In God We Trust," above his head, a phrase that resonated deeply during wartime when the nation was facing uncertainty and sacrifice. This single cent carries a story far bigger than its face value, and that story is exactly why collectors all over the world search for this coin even today. In 1943, the United States made a dramatic change in penny production because copper was urgently needed for the war effort. Bullets, shell casings, and military equipment demanded copper, so the U.S. Mint switched the wheat penny from its traditional bronze composition to zinc-coated steel. That decision created one of the most visually unique pennies ever made. Instead of the familiar brown or reddish tone, the 1943 wheat penny shines with a silver-gray appearance, often confusing people into thinking it's made of silver, even though it is actually steel with a thin zinc coating. On the reverse side of the coin, the classic wheat ears frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, with "E Pluribus Unum" resting proudly above. This design symbolized agricultural strength and unity, values that were especially important during the war years. Millions of Americans were growing victory gardens, rationing food, and supporting troops overseas, and this humble penny circulated through that exact era, passing through the hands of factory workers, soldiers' families, and everyday citizens. The 1943 wheat penny was struck at 3 major mints: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a small D, and San Francisco with an S. All 3 versions were produced in massive numbers, meaning that most 1943 steel pennies are common today. However, condition plays a huge role in value. A well-preserved example with strong zinc coating, minimal rust, and sharp details can still attract serious collector interest, especially when graded by professional services. One of the biggest reasons this coin dominates search results and collector conversations is because of the legendary 1943 bronze wheat penny error. A tiny number of 1943 pennies were accidentally struck on leftover bronze planchets from 1942. These coins look like normal copper pennies but carry the 1943 date, making them one of the most famous mint errors in U.S. coinage. Authentic examples of these rare errors have sold for astonishing amounts at auction, turning an ordinary-looking cent into a life-changing discovery for a handful of lucky people. Because of that legend, many people rush to check their 1943 pennies with a magnet. A genuine steel penny will stick to a magnet, while a real bronze 1943 error will not. However, this is only a first step, because altered coins and counterfeits exist. Some people copperplate steel pennies or modify dates to imitate rare errors, which is why professional authentication is absolutely critical before assuming any extraordinary value. Even standard 1943 steel wheat pennies have their own collecting appeal. Over time, the zinc coating can wear away, exposing the steel underneath, which leads to rust and discoloration. Coins that survive in bright, clean condition are becoming harder to find, especially those stored properly away from moisture. Collectors often seek examples with original luster, clear lettering, and minimal spotting, as these represent the best preserved pieces from a harsh circulating environment. The phrase, "In God We Trust," on the 1943 wheat penny carries special emotional weight. During World War II, faith, hope, and unity were central to the American spirit. Seeing those words on a wartime coin reminds collectors that currency is more than money. It is a historical document reflecting the mindset of an entire nation. This emotional connection adds to the desirability of the coin beyond pure metal or rarity. For new collectors, the 1943 wheat penny is often a gateway into U.S. coin collecting. It is affordable in lower grades, rich in history, and easy to identify due to its unique steel color. For advanced collectors, it represents a challenging category where condition, mint mark, and authenticity make all the difference. Whether found in an old jar, inherited collection, or estate lot, this coin always sparks curiosity and conversation. If you ever come across a 1943 wheat penny, take a moment before dismissing it as common change. Check its mint mark, test it carefully, and examine its condition closely. While most examples won't make headlines, every genuine piece is still a survivor from one of the most intense periods in American history. That alone gives it significance and value that goes far beyond 1 cent. The 1943 Liberty wheat penny stands as proof that even the smallest denomination can carry a massive story. From wartime metal shortages to legendary mint errors and the enduring message of, "In God we trust," this coin continues to fascinate collectors, historians, and everyday people alike. It reminds us that history doesn't always come in gold or silver. Sometimes, it comes in steel, shaped by necessity, sacrifice, and resilience. The 1946 Liberty wheat penny from the United States of America is more than just a 1-cent coin. It is a powerful symbol of American history, post-World War II recovery, and classic Lincoln cent design that continues to attract coin collectors, wheat penny hunters, and numismatists around the world. Featuring the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, along with the sacred motto, "In God we trust," this coin marks an important transition year in U.S. coinage and holds lasting historical and collectible value. Minted just 1 year after the end of World War II, the 1946 wheat penny represents a nation stepping into peace after years of global conflict. The United States Mint resumed full peacetime production, and copper once again became available after wartime restrictions. This makes the 1946 Lincoln wheat penny especially meaningful, as it reflects stability, rebuilding, and renewed hope. Every coin from this year carries the story of a country moving forward after one of the most significant events in modern history. The obverse of the 1946 wheat penny displays Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's portrait is strong and dignified, symbolizing unity and leadership. Above his head appears the phrase, "In God we trust," a motto deeply rooted in American values. To the left is the word liberty, representing freedom, and to the right is the date 1946. These elements together make the coin instantly recognizable and timeless in design. On the reverse side, the classic wheat ears frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum displayed at the top. The wheat stalks symbolize prosperity and agricultural strength, which is why these coins are commonly called wheat pennies. This reverse design was used from 1909 to 1958, making the 1946 issue part of a beloved and highly collectible series. The 1946 wheat penny was produced at 3 major U.S. mint locations. Coins without a mint mark were struck in Philadelphia, while coins with a D mint mark were produced in Denver, and those with an S mint mark came from San Francisco. Each mint produced millions of coins, but condition, strike quality, and preservation play a huge role in determining today's value. Collectors carefully examine mint marks when searching through old pennies, as each variation tells a different story. In terms of composition, the 1946 Lincoln wheat penny is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This copper content gives the coin its warm reddish tone when well preserved. Over time, many coins have toned to brown due to circulation and exposure, but red and red-brown examples are especially desirable among collectors. The color classification of a wheat penny can significantly affect its market value. Most 1946 wheat pennies found in circulation today are worn and valued modestly, often ranging from a few cents to a couple of dollars. However, uncirculated examples can be worth significantly more, especially those with sharp details, original luster, and minimal marks. High-grade specimens certified by professional grading services are highly sought after in the coin market and can command impressive prices. The 1946 D wheat penny from the Denver Mint is particularly popular among collectors, as Denver coins often show strong strikes. Similarly, the 1946 S wheat penny appeals to those completing mint mark sets. While none of these coins are extremely rare, Top-grade examples can still surprise collectors with their value, especially when demand for classic U.S. copper coins increases. Errors and varieties also add excitement to the 1946 wheat penny. Some coins may feature off-center strikes, die cracks, or double details, which can dramatically increase collector interest. These mint errors are accidental but highly collectible, and discovering one can turn an ordinary penny into a prized find. Careful inspection with proper lighting and magnification is essential when searching for valuable error coins. Beyond monetary value, the 1946 wheat penny holds strong emotional and historical appeal. Many collectors remember finding wheat pennies in old jars, inherited collections, or pocket change decades ago. Holding this coin connects you directly to post-war America, to a time when the country was rebuilding homes, families, and industries. That sense of connection is one of the reasons wheat pennies remain so popular today. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series is often recommended for beginner collectors because it combines affordability, history, and variety. The 1946 issue fits perfectly into this category, offering collectors the chance to own a genuine piece of American history without needing a large budget. At the same time, advanced collectors pursue high-grade examples to complete registry sets or showcase pristine copper coins. Proper storage is crucial for preserving a 1946 wheat penny. Exposure to moisture, air, and harsh chemicals can damage the copper surface and reduce value. Collectors typically store wheat pennies in protective holders, coin flips, or albums designed specifically for copper coins. Maintaining original surfaces and preventing corrosion helps ensure long-term preservation. Interest in U.S. wheat pennies continues to grow, especially as fewer high-quality examples remain available. Coins like the 1946 Lincoln Wheat Penny benefit from this increasing demand, as collectors around the world seek classic American coins with historical depth. The combination of "In God We Trust," Lincoln's portrait, and the wheat reverse makes this coin instantly recognizable and endlessly collectible. Whether you are searching through old coins, building a Lincoln cent collection, or simply fascinated by American numismatic history, the 1946 United States of America wheat penny stands as a meaningful and collectible. The 1956 Liberty wheat penny from the United States of America is one of those coins that looks simple at first glance, yet carries deep history, quiet rarity, and serious collector attention hidden inside its copper surface. Struck during a powerful post-war era, this coin represents a time when America was expanding, rebuilding, and strengthening its identity. When you hold a 1956 wheat penny in your hand, you are not just holding 1 cent, you are holding a real piece of American history that has survived decades of circulation, pockets, and change jars. On the front of the 1956 wheat penny, the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln stands proudly, a design first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Above his head appears the legendary phrase, "In God We Trust," a motto that became deeply symbolic during the Cold War era, especially in the 1950s. To the left is the word "Liberty," and to the right is the date 1956. These elements may look ordinary, but collectors carefully examine the spacing, lettering, and strike quality because even small differences can significantly affect value. Turning the coin over reveals the classic wheat ears design, which gives the wheat penny its name. 2 wheat stalks frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum resting above. This reverse design was used from 1909 until 1958, making the 1956 issue one of the final years before the Lincoln Memorial replaced the wheat ears. That alone gives this coin extra importance, as many collectors love coins from the end of a historic design era. The 1956 wheat penny was minted primarily in Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark, while Denver coins feature a small D below the date. While millions were produced, survival in high-grade condition is what separates common coins from desirable collector pieces. Many were heavily circulated, scratched, cleaned, or damaged, making clean, sharp examples increasingly hard to find today. What truly excites collectors about the 1956 wheat penny is condition. A coin that has spent decades in circulation may only be worth a few cents, but one that still shows strong luster, sharp wheat lines, and minimal wear can be worth many times more. Coins graded in mint state condition are especially valuable, and red-colored copper pennies, which retain most of their original mint color, are the most sought after. Another reason this coin attracts attention is the possibility of errors and varieties. Collectors closely inspect 1956 wheat pennies for double dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and other minting anomalies. These errors were accidental, but today they are highly desirable. A genuine error coin can dramatically increase value and turn an ordinary-looking penny into a serious collector's treasure. The metal composition of the 1956 wheat penny also adds to its charm. Made primarily of copper, these coins were struck before the major metal changes of later decades. The weight, feel, and color of real copper give the coin a solid vintage presence that modern pennies simply cannot match. As copper prices rise, interest in older copper coins continues to grow. Beyond value, the 1956 wheat penny tells a story of everyday American life. These coins passed through the hands of workers, soldiers, shopkeepers, and families during the 1950s. They bought newspapers, candy, bread, and stamps. Each scratch or tone mark can represent decades of real-world use, making every surviving coin unique. Collectors often recommend checking old jars, inherited collections, and forgotten drawers because wheat pennies frequently hide in plain sight. Many people overlook them, not realizing their historical importance or collector demand. A careful inspection under good lighting can reveal details that make all the difference. For long-term collectors, the 1956 Liberty wheat penny is a cornerstone coin. It is affordable for beginners yet meaningful enough for advanced collectors. It fits perfectly into Lincoln Cent albums and represents the closing chapter of the beloved wheat penny series. Whether you are collecting for history, value, or pure fascination, the 1956 United States of America wheat penny with "In God We Trust" remains a timeless reminder that even the smallest coin can carry a powerful legacy. 1 cent, 1 year, 1 design, and a story that continues to grow stronger with time. The 1944 Lincoln wheat penny, Liberty Air in God We Trust, a United States of America, written as continuous narration with no intro, no outro, and no headings, just like you asked. The 1944 United States of America Lincoln wheat penny is one of the most historically powerful and emotionally charged coins ever struck by the U.S. Mint, carrying the bold words "Liberty" on the left, "In God We Trust" across the top, and the portrait of Abraham Lincoln at the center, a design that had already become a symbol of American strength and resilience. When you hold a 1944 wheat penny in your hand, you are holding a real artifact from the final, decisive year of World War II, a time when the entire nation was focused on survival, victory, and unity. This penny was not just money, it was part of everyday life during one of the most intense moments in human history. In 1944, the United States was deeply involved in World War II, and the demand for copper had reached extreme levels. Copper was desperately needed for ammunition, wiring, and military equipment. Just 1 year earlier, in 1943, the U.S. Mint had switched to steel cents to conserve copper, creating one of the most famous era years in American numismatics. By 1944, the Mint returned to using copper, but not in the traditional way. Instead, most 1944 wheat pennies were struck using recycled copper from spent military shell casings, making these coins literally forged from the remnants of war. That single fact alone gives the 1944 wheat penny a story that no modern coin can ever replicate. The obverse of the 1944 wheat penny features Abraham Lincoln, calm yet powerful, facing right, with sharp details depending on the condition of the coin. Above his head, the motto "In God We Trust" reflects the deep faith and determination of a nation at war. To the left, the word "Liberty" stands as a promise of freedom, something American soldiers were fighting for across Europe and the Pacific. Beneath Lincoln's shoulder, you will find the date 1944, often accompanied by a mint mark depending on where the coin was struck. The reverse side of the 1944 wheat penny displays the iconic 2 wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum across the top. This wheat design symbolized agricultural strength, prosperity, and growth, reminding Americans that even during wartime, the nation would continue to move forward. The wheat penny series ended in 1958, making every wheat cent, including the 1944 issue, a closed chapter in U.S. coinage history. The 1944 wheat penny was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco with an S mint mark. Each mint produced millions of coins, but condition is everything. While worn examples are common, high-grade uncirculated coins with sharp details, strong luster, and minimal marks are far scarcer and far more desirable to collectors. A well-preserved 1944 wheat penny can instantly stand out when compared to circulated pieces that spent decades passing through countless hands. What truly elevates the 1944 wheat penny into legendary status are the rare errors and varieties that exist within this date. One of the most famous and valuable is the 1944 steel wheat penny. These coins were accidentally struck on leftover steel planchets from 1943, creating one of the most sought-after error coins in American history. A genuine 1944 steel penny is extraordinarily rare and can be worth tens of thousands of dollars, and in exceptional condition, even more. These coins are a reminder that even in a tightly controlled minting process, history sometimes leaves behind incredible surprises. Another highly collectible variety is the 1944 double-die wheat penny. On these coins, doubling can often be seen in the date, the lettering of Liberty, or the motto In God We Trust. This doubling occurred during the die creation process and is not the same as simple machine doubling. True double die examples are scarce and can command strong premiums, especially when the doubling is clear and bold. Collectors also look closely for off-metal strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, and repunched mint marks on 1944 wheat pennies. Each error tells a unique story of the minting process and adds character and rarity to the coin. Even small anomalies can dramatically increase value if authenticated by a reputable grading service. Condition plays a massive role in determining the value of a 1944 wheat penny. Coins are graded on a scale from heavily worn to mint state, and the difference in value between grades can be dramatic. A circulated coin may only be worth a modest amount, but a brilliant uncirculated example with original red copper color can be worth many times more. Collectors place a premium on coins that retain their original luster and have not been cleaned or damaged, as originality is everything in numismatics. The color designation of a 1944 wheat penny is also critical. Red examples, which retain most of their original copper brilliance, are the most valuable. Red-brown coins fall in the middle, while brown coins, which have fully toned over time, are the most common. Finding a fully red 1944 wheat penny after more than 80 years is increasingly difficult, which is why these coins are so highly prized. Beyond monetary value, the 1944 wheat penny holds immense historical and emotional value. This coin circulated in a world where families listened to war updates on the radio, rationed food and fuel, and prayed for loved ones overseas. It may have been used to buy a newspaper announcing D-Day, or handed to a child saving pennies during uncertain times. Every scratch and mark on a circulated 1944 wheat penny is a silent witness to history. For collectors, the 1944 wheat penny is often a gateway coin, an entry point into the deeper world of U.S. numismatics. It combines history, design, symbolism, and the thrill of the hunt for rare varieties. Searching through old rolls or inherited collections for a high-grade example or a rare error keeps the excitement alive, because even today, discoveries are still being made. The 1944 Lincoln wheat penny stands as a powerful reminder that even the smallest denomination can carry the greatest stories. It represents faith, liberty, sacrifice, and resilience, all captured in a single copper coin that has survived generations. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone who just found an old penny in a drawer, the 1944 wheat penny deserves a closer look, because you never know what piece of history might be resting quietly in your hands.